Well, good day to you. It's Joel with The King Country, dropping in to let you know that our brand new film, Unsung Hero, is in theaters now.
It's Luke here. We've teamed up with the creators of Jesus Revolution to bring you this adventure of a lifetime. It's a powerful, true story about a family uniting, growing in their faith, and facing the impossible together.
In theaters now, unsunghero.movie for more information.
Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. From the launch your online shop stage, all the way to the we just hit 1 million orders stage. No matter what stage you're in, Shopify's there to help you grow. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/special offer, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/special offer.
Happy birthday, TSF Network! Welcome to the After Party, a TSF Network podcast, a mixtape of purposeful, encouraging, and fun content from across all the shows who are part of our podcast network. I'm Andy Hernandez, the project manager.
And I'm Lonnie, the digital marketing specialist. And if you haven't noticed, the TSF Network is turning 4 years old.
Woohoo! On this very special episode, it's a true party, and we simply want to celebrate. You will get to hear from all of the hosts that make up the amazing shows on our network, and the TSF Network staff get together to chat about our favorite memories and milestones from the past 4 years. Come celebrate with us. Let's party.
Happy birthday, TSF! Happy birthday! This is a party, y'all. Listeners, thank you for tuning in. Today we are celebrating That Sounds Fun Network's 4th birthday.
Big 4.
Big
I
4.
I hope Sarah adds in a fun happy birthday.
Oh, I'm sure she will. I'm sure there's music playing
jam
right
bop
now.
or something.
It is with much joy that I partner today with the other That Sounds Fun Network podcast host and say happy birthday to the That Sounds Fun Network. 4 years ago, my co-owner Kelly Haywood and I decided we wanted to build a podcast network that was for the host and for the listeners, giving the host a place for community and resources to help them do the things they wanted to do in the podcast space and bring light into dark places. And for the listeners to have a place where they knew that any of the podcasts across this network might be interesting to them because we share a backbone of belief and faith and joy. So 4 years later, it is amazing to see what it has become. So happy birthday to the That Sounds Fun Network. Thank you to the hosts and teams that partner with the network. And thank you to the listeners who have made this all possible. We love making podcasts for you.
Okay, y'all. Before we dive into some really fun memories, what's one thing about podcasting in your perspective field, whether it's creating, producing, selling, marketing, that a lot of podcast listeners may not know about? A little behind the scenes that a listener may not know about in podcasting.
I mean, I feel like overall, for me, when I think about that question, and I think about big podcasts who are producing, who are selling, who are marketing, who are doing all those things, I think it's a lot of work. Mm-hmm. It is a lot of work to produce all of those elements and to create a podcast. It takes a big team, and it doesn't take a big team. It just takes a lot of work, and it takes intentionality and
it's like, it's easy, right. A lot of people, it takes them a long time to start one.
Yep.
It's actually easy to start one, but then it's either you're in or you're out.
Right.
For having a podcast, just because, there are so many revolving things, that quality of audio, where are you going to host, who is editing? I think a lot of people don't realize just sometimes the editing behind it and just how important that is. Sarah's like, yep. And that makes a huge difference for a listener listening and I've heard podcasts and it's great, that they started, but even just the staticky behind it, or it sounds like they're in just this tiny closet and there's a lot of echoing, it makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm. Mandy, do you have anything you would say?
Yeah, I think I would say that there's no wrong way to podcast. And so
that's good.
There's definitely formats that work for different genres, but that's what's so fun about the medium is that it's so unique. And I mean, you were even saying just a couple of weeks ago, now improv is getting into it. So you literally, I think that's what's so fascinating is it literally covers every genre. And there's no bad way or there's no right way to do it. It's just what works well for you. And so I think sometimes creators want to be just like so-and-so. And in reality, that's what's so unique about the space is that we don't need another so-and-so. We just need you and your creativity and your twist on how you view podcasting and what your voice and your message can offer the world and people's earballs and, just what the world needs. So I think that's what's really fun and unique and great about podcasting.
Yeah, that's good.
I think a lot of people think it's pretty noisy to get into podcasting, but something we found as a team is that there's not a lot of that consistency. So people will start them, but really there's only like a very small percentage that continue podcasting. So of course, when you get into the charts and all that, you're like, oh my gosh, there's so much to compete with. But a lot of these smaller podcasters will hit the top of the charts because they're new coming in. And then if you just keep trekking along, you'll actually stay in the top charts because you're releasing consistently. So that's kind of the big thing. I think people are always afraid, like, oh, I just don't think I could. I'm nobody.
Yeah.
But all of us podcasters, I say we, I'm not one, but have all started from the bottom and people, what's that phrase that's like
started from the bottom, now we're here.
That's not the one, but yes, I appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
But those just like, you're not going to win if you quit.
Sure.
There's a more fancy way to say that, but yeah, it's
Love
just
it.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yes.
Ooh.
There we go. Michael
Love
Scott,
it.
right?
Michael Scott.
Ryan, anything you wanted to add to that?
Yeah, I think it's easy for a listener to, see all these kind of polished podcasts that are out there and not realize how young the medium is.
Yeah.
It's only been, 7 or 8 years. And all from behind the scenes, all of the new technology that's coming out and everything that it takes for all of us to figure out how to keep things trucking along.
I mean, we're constantly on our toes. It's constantly changing. I think that's also what's fun.
I agree. And the creativity that you have in order to constantly be on your toes and to make it your own, like Mandy was saying.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay.
That Sounds Fun Network. Happy birthday to You Don't Look a Year Older Than 3. Guys, it's Dave here from New York City. And wanted to say the thing that I love the most and I'm the most thankful for about That Sounds Fun is the support. Is that we always, John and I and Dadville, always have people looking out for us, and it's unbelievably helpful. So much love. So proud to be part of the network. Oh my gosh, Jay-Z.
Happy birthday, That Sounds Fun. This is Paula Ferris, and I want to say one thing that I love about you and your network is the ability to bring all of these different podcasters from different walks of life together. So being part of a team, actually there's two things I love about you, sorry. The other thing is we're also passionate about the content that we're putting out there and not just pushing regular old content. We're putting incredible content out there that's life-changing and world-changing and is meeting people exactly where they are. So cheers to you. Happy birthday. Many more birthdays, and save me a piece of cake, please. No ice cream, just the cake and the frosting.
Okay, let's get into the really fun part of this episode, and we're going to talk about some really fun moments that have happened in the past 4 years. Lonnie and I got together to kind of put together kind of what we thought were some top moments, and so I'm just going to say them out loud, and I'm going to say a name in this room, and I want to hear your reaction, okay? We're going to go through these. Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
Are we starting at 10 or 1?
Well, these aren't ranked like best or worst. They're just.
I was going to say, there's more than 10 here.
There's just
10 moments.
Yeah. Okay, first one. My personal favorite.
Oh, gosh. No.
A limo ride to Long John Silver's.
Yeah, of course that's your top.
What's your reaction?
My reaction. Could have picked a better place.
Again,
oh, no.
Long John Silver's.
Yes.
I mean, I think you're the only person that I know that actually really
that was all from
loves
Alan.
that place.
It really
We
was.
went to Andy's too, to be fair.
We did. Andy's frozen custard.
But that's funny
for
how
those in the
none
Midwest
of us knew that.
We traveled
Ryan
for
wouldn't
1
go
hour.
because there's no beef there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fair.
We traveled 1 literal hour south.
We did.
They
So
traveled to
There's a
where I
back-
live.
There's a
Columbia.
backstory though.
Yeah, let me
preface.
paint the picture here. We had something called
YHBT.
Yeah. Was that it? YHBT.
Oh.
You haven't been there?
Yeah.
Question mark?
So at
Something
the time,
like
I was going
that.
to say, Ryan and I were not in office. We were still living out of state. Lonnie,
I was here.
you were there. But yeah, you guys had this.
But
really
I
fun
wasn't here when
in-office
y'all
thing.
started that You Haven't Been There thing. Y'all started that before I came on. So it had been a running.
And that was a combination of the network, Downs Books, KCH.
Yeah, which we all officed together in the same building. So we act as
You
one
know
big
what?
happy family.
I think that started because of crumble cookies.
Probably.
Someone
Really?
hadn't had crumble cookies, and we were like, "What?
Everything
you haven't had crumble cookies?"
Everything comes back to crumble.
It's true. So we made a
Sponsor us.
list.
Shout out.
We made a full list of all the restaurants that at least one person in the office has said, I haven't been there. And we all responded, you haven't been there? So we made a list and we decided we were going to visit all these places or at least order food from all these places. And then the person that hadn't been there was going to rate their experience of what they think the food was like. So some lucky person in our group had never been to Long John Silver's,
Lucky.
which was great
Lucky.
news for me. And it just so happens that the closest Long John Silver's to Nashville is an hour away in Columbia, Tennessee. So just to heighten the experience, Annie ordered a limo, and we literally rode a limo an hour south.
But wait.
For
Nobody
chicken
knew.
and fish.
Nobody knew
it was
that
a
that's
surprise
It
that
was a
day.
surprise thing. I don't think no one knew about the limo.
No one knew
There was
where
a
we were
lot
going.
of hype around it.
We thought something big was happening.
It did, and it delivered. And it was amazing. And then afterward, we went to Andy's Frozen Custard. So those in the Midwest know what Andy's is, the best frozen custard on the planet.
You guys need to know how much Fallon loves LJS.
So much.
She FaceTimed her mom as we're in line. Like she is
'Cause we love
that
it.
excited.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It was awesome. We
I
did
think
have...
didn't she call it the yellow beacon of like hope
Yeah.
and glory
Joy.
or something? The yellow beacon of joy.
It's true. It's true. And then we all came back and we felt horrible after eating.
I guess that's part
Yeah,
of
it
the
is
battered
great.
fish and-
LGS experience.
Yeah.
Huh?
But you
It
took
really
home
is.
leftovers.
I did. I had leftovers literally for the next
Man, I
week.
mean, it's like, I feel like I'm a brand safety like regulation right now. I'm so sorry, Long John Silver's, but like already I just don't enjoy it as it is, and then it be a leftover.
Okay, we're going to quickly move on because we don't
Wait.
we don't want to
What was Johnny's?
anger anyone.
What was the rating?
Oh
Who
yes, that's
hadn't
right.
been?
You rate everything
Yeah,
you've
we
been
don't
to.
know. We don't have the
Ryan,
ratings.
that's out the window.
Yeah, we do not know what those ratings are anymore, but I'm pretty sure it was a 10 out of 10.
It was low.
Okay.
Okay, next.
Happy birthday, That Sounds Fun Network. One thing that I absolutely love about TSF is just the community, the group of podcasters, along with everyone there at the network who is very committed to making sure you're supported in any way. Beyond just the podcast, the business, and the strategy, they genuinely care for you as a person, and that makes all the difference, and that love is genuinely felt. It is a real group of people who are just wanting you to win, and however they can make that happen, they are willing to do so. And so I'm so grateful to be a part of this network, and happy birthday to the team.
Hey, it's Kaylee Cuoco for Priceline. Ready to go to your happy place for a happy price? Well, why didn't you say so? Just download the Priceline app right now and save up to 60% on hotels. So whether it's Cousin Kevin's Kazoo Concert in Kansas City, go Kevin, or Becky's Bachelorette Bash in Bermuda, you never have to miss a trip ever again. So download the Priceline app today. Your savings are waiting.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
Happy birthday, That Sounds Fun. My name is Bianca Waters-Olthoff, and I am one of the proudest people to be part of this network. Why is that? I am welcome back time and time again. Whether the season is crazy or the season is set, they give me so much love, so much grace, and so much support. What an honor and a privilege it is to be a friend of That Sounds Fun. So let's celebrate and have some fun.
Heather and Lonnie Podcast Evolutions that we just spoke at March 2024.
That was a very exciting moment.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Really fun, huh?
Yeah.
We talk about it in a recent episode of the After Party. So if you haven't listened to that, go back a couple episodes and we share all about it.
Check the show notes.
Check those show notes.
Yeah, actually, I think that was a 2023 goal of ours. And I think we were like, let's just shoot the shot. And it was really exciting when we got picked.
It was. Okay, next, field trip to Goo Goo Clusters and playing pickleball.
That was actually really fun.
So that was
that
our
last
last year's birthday party celebration.
Okay. So hold on, like for those that are not from Tennessee, I did not know about, I think I've seen Goo Goo Clusters, but I didn't know that there was so much history behind it.
Yeah.
So that was really cool to experience and then make it ourselves.
Yes. Yeah. So if you've never been to Nashville, Goo Goo Clusters are a thing. They're made and founded here. And you got to make your own Goo Goo Cluster. So the original ones are just, what is it, peanut butter or like a nougat or marshmallow covered in chocolate. But ours, we got to make like a bunch of different kinds and like fill it with a bunch of different
It was
flavors.
like a buffet of different like fillings, and you got to pick and choose, and you learned about the history, and then you got to watch them make the chocolate. And remember the guy behind the window that was like every time someone's like cluster came in, he was almost rating it as to how well it was put together.
That's true.
I just want to note for the record, the original Goo Goo Cluster is made.
Yeah, let's get a fact check
with,
here.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's made with milk chocolate caramel, peanuts, and marshmallow nougat.
Ooh, see, I said marshmallow and nougat.
Yeah, you did. Great job.
But I missed the peanut.
Yeah, peanuts. Interesting.
It was really fun.
And then pickleball after.
And pickleball, y'all.
That last year was just
So
a
fun.
very big year of pickleball for our team.
It was.
Yeah, I think Ryan dominated on that court.
Craig and I.
Ooh, listen.
Shout out to Craig.
Listen to him. I love it. Are you still a
Kate
pickleballer
didn't
to
beat
this day?
Yeah, every chance I get.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
Happy birthday. That sounds fun.
Happy 4th birthday to our favorite network and people ever.
Seriously, we love being a part of the That Sounds Fun network. You guys are unparalleled in your knowledge for podcasts, your love for us and your belief in us and Heart of Dating. What do you love about That Sounds Fun?
To be honest, I love how you love people, honestly. You guys have amazing character and you guys deeply care about people first, and then you kind of care about business, but you do both really, really well. So that's what I love.
Yeah, you guys are so professional, so legit, that I love the other podcasts on the network and how we all rally behind one another. And you also just have such great communication. And I never question whether or not y'all are for us. So grateful to be a part of this network. So is Eleanor. And happy birthday, you guys.
Happy birthday.
Feliz cumpleaños. That Sounds Fun network. Look, I'm sitting without you, I wouldn't have this. Without you. Wait, where am I? Do I have any? Oh yeah, look. We're not even, did you see my thighs there? I'm sorry. We're like past 3 million now, I think. I mean, look, I've got mics because of you. I'm just so grateful for everything that the entire team does over at That Sounds Fun Network. Thank you so much. And honestly, one of my favorite things about being on the network is knowing that I have more people than just myself helping me. So that's what I'm grateful for. Here's to another 4 years. Happy birthday.
Okay, something else we celebrated the last 4 years are really big podcaster milestones, y'all. We had multiple shows hit 1 million downloads.
Yeah.
Crazy. Huge. So let me just list a couple of our shows that did. Carlos Whitaker, the Carlos Whitaker podcast. Live in Love with Lauren Akins. Coffee with Kaylee Dickerson. Raising Boys and Girls hit 5 million. And then, of course, That Sounds Fun is inching up to one of our biggest milestones yet, 100 million downloads. Y'all, that is thanks to you, our listeners. Round of applause for our listeners.
Don't take our speechless as like, oh, that's not a big deal. It's just more of very hard to wrap our heads around because it is just unheard to realize like how much content went out there. Again, when we thought about the network, I don't think any of us thought that we would hit it that quickly. And so, yeah, I mean, that's a very big number. Not a lot of podcasts can say that.
It's true. Kudos.
Hey, happy birthday, That Sounds Fun Network. It's John McLaughlin of Dadville. I gotta say, That Sounds Fun is my favorite network on planet Earth. You guys are so professional. You're just a bunch of professionals being professional. Every time my assistant Dave Barnes and I meet with you guys, you have such insight and you help us so much on our podcast, Dadville. We're just so grateful for you guys. Happy birthday. You're awesome. Yeah, keep it going.
Happy birthday, That Sounds Fun Network. The thing I love most about being on the network is the team. You guys are so good at what you do. You bring excellence, you bring goodness, you bring kindness, and so much integrity to this work. Happy birthday.
Okay, Lon.
Yeah.
The Great Big Game Show.
The Great Big Game Show.
Tell the folks about it.
What a hoot that was.
Okay, what people don't know is there's actually a lot of us that are very competitive in the office.
Oh, gosh,
I mean,
yeah.
again, this is 3 companies. So when we do anything as a network, we always invite, Annie's team and then Kelly's team. And it goes down.
I was out for the kill.
Yes.
It's basically like you participate in an in-person game show, but with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And Fallon planned it. You did a great job.
You know what's funny is that somehow the teams that got put together, I mean, you had one team that was more of the quiet team members, unintentional, and then some of us that are a little more loud and
the loud ones won. Competitive.
But yet, that other team, that quiet team, was out for the kill.
They held their own.
Oh my goodness!
Wait, I thought we
They
lost.
didn't win.
No.
Us?
The
I
network
thought
won.
the quiet
we
people.
won.
We did.
We did.
Oh, that's right, because we did separate it between the network
Yeah.
and another team.
Wow.
But I mean, they held their own. It was very surprising. I just remember Ashley and Lillian, and they're just more timid, quiet. But you don't play a game. They don't play games to just play games.
And if you're in the Nashville area, you should go to the
Great
Opry Mills.
Yes.
Opry Mills
Mall.
That's what it's called. Mm-hmm. And you should get a group together and play because it's hilarious.
It's a hoot. It is a hoot.
Great team bonding.
Yep.
Happy birthday, That Sounds Fun Network. What a privilege it is to be a part of your family. And that's my favorite thing about the TSF Network. It really does feel like a family of people we trust and really like.
Whew, that's for sure. My favorite part is that it is good people doing good work. And we are so honored to be a part of that good work with such great people.
We love
Happy
you
birthday.
guys.
Happy birthday, That Sounds Fun. The thing that I love most about being part of this network is that the podcasters and the shows on this network are full of people that are so thoughtful and wise and love people so well. They're all working so hard and so creatively to make the world a better place, and I know that my world is a better place because they're in it.
Okay, we've been to a lot of sporting events in the past couple of years of existence. Ryan, tell us about our soccer games and our sounds games.
So I haven't been to any of the Sounds games.
You haven't?
I think that was
that before you were on?
Yeah, it was before I was on.
Okay, you take the soccer games and Mandy takes the
Right.
the baseball games.
Yeah. I enjoy going to the soccer games. We
well, also you grew up playing
I
soccer.
played soccer for a long time.
Went to college for soccer.
Played it in college, and so since then I don't watch a lot of soccer, but it's the people that I go with that make those games.
That's
So,
right.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Ryan.
I love it. Mandy, are you with us still?
I'm here.
She's here. Tell us about our Sound Summer.
I went to so many baseball games in one summer that the next year I went to one.
Oh my God.
So we had so much fun living it up at the Sound Stadium summer. What was that? 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to, I think my favorite one was when we had like John and Dave and Annie and was it?
I think that was
Jamie.
Yeah.
So one thing the Sounds game, like they do during like in between innings is where I grew up, we had ketchup, mustard, and relish race on hot dogs. They would like race around the bases. Where here in Nashville, we have Johnny Cash, Dolly Parton, oh my goodness, Reba McEntire. And do you guys remember the next one?
I can't remember. It's a guy.
It's another
George.
Is it
George?
Straight.
George Jones.
George Jones.
George Jones. Dress up in big, huge mascot outfits and race. And so they got to like race basically, or cheer them on, you know, and that was so fun just to.
That was really fun.
Be a part of the crowd and just, you know, be a big Sounds fan that summer.
Yeah, that year was just, we did a lot of celebrating because we did one with like all of our podcasts that were in town. And then we also did, celebration with a lot of our sponsors that were local too. And so we brought a lot of our sponsors out and it was just a good time. I mean, okay, look, I came from Georgia, home of the Braves. And I just remember thinking, the Sounds game, the Sounds Stadium, okay, come on, like, really, what do they have to offer? But like, it's a whole experience. It's really, really cool for what they've put together. And I mean, it's always a blast when you go. And like those players, just mind blowing.
And we went to a Savannah Bananas game last year in the stadium. That was so fun.
And what are the points of like, why do we do this kind of stuff?
Because that sounds fun.
I think culture.
Yes.
There is such an intentional culture of like playing hard together and the slogan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually don't know the order of it.
Work
but
hard, play hard, rest hard, pray hard. Yeah.
Say it again, Lon.
Work hard, play hard, rest hard, pray hard.
Yeah. So it's one of our pillars is as much as we work really hard in the office, we want to make sure that we're playing just as hard outside of the office and obviously together. Like, obviously, we're friends here, and so as much as we get to bond over work stuff, we want to make sure we're bonding over other life stuff. So it's really important to us to be able to connect outside of the office and have fun together.
Totally.
So speaking about that, will you share about, Lonnie, our Sabbaths and why we find those really important every summer?
Yeah. So every summer, we have a week off that we call our summer Sabbath, and it's a beautiful time of rest. We also get time off in December around Christmas. And so it's, again, just like reinforcing the culture that we have here of resting hard too, just as much as we play hard. Yeah, they're really special. I feel like that is something that makes this company stand out in my eyes. It's just the priority of rest and not even just like annually, but rest even beyond 5 p.m., like we can leave and it's done. I've been in work cultures where that is not the case. I don't turn it off when I go home.
Yeah.
And so
I think it's really unique that it's our whole company taking off because it's normal to have vacation days at work, right? Like you leave, you get to rest, but then you come back and you have a pile of things waiting for you because the work still
everyone
happened
else
while you
continued
were gone.
working. Exactly.
Versus our Sabbaths, when everyone's off, it truly feels like rest, and even rest coming back to work because we're all starting from the same point. There's not a pile necessarily that we're coming back to. And so I think it really, truly feels like rest during that week of Sabbath because, we're doing it together. Okay, that's a lot of good memories. Ryan, what's something you're looking forward to this next year?
Something that I'm looking forward to this next year.
In podcasting,
as a company,
in your sales role, anything that's exciting.
Yeah, I think we've recently made a move to partner with a lot of other shows, other networks, and I'm really excited to see kind of how those relationships build and how we can continue to grow as That Sounds Fun Network, but also help other shows and other networks grow as well.
I love it. Yeah. We're super collaborative and community oriented at the network. And so to be able to expand that in different opportunities feels really exciting.
Yeah, it's like adding to the party. Adding more friends is always more exciting.
Yeah. Y'all, I'm thankful for each and every one of you.
Again, 4 years. Where did the time go?
A lot of memories.
A lot of memories.
I mean, these are just really honestly a few. There was definitely a lot of other good memories too that we didn't even get to cover.
If you're not following us on Instagram, TSF Network, check us out because Lonnie posts a lot of our favorite memories on the feed. So come join the party over there. Thank you so much for listening today. We hope this was a fun little spot in your week to just celebrate with us. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, friends.
Thanks for tuning in today, and thank you, our listeners, for being such an important part of the TSF network. We wouldn't exist without you, so thank you for your support and listenership.
And because we can't do it without you, make sure you hit follow on this podcast at After Party. And also, happy birthday, TSF Network.